Hello, I'm Julia Clark, Vice President at Ipsos Public Affairs. This is the second wave of the survey that we've run exclusively for the ABA, the American Bar Association, on the topic of the ICC, the International Criminal Court, as well as the relationship that the ICC has with the United States and American support for the ICC and some of its aims. This particular wave was interesting because we added a new question which looks at this broader issue about charges being brought against citizens of ICC member countries for international atrocity crimes committed in support of ISIS, and whether or not decisions should be made in the U.S. to allocate U.S. funds to supporting these efforts. Now, what was interesting about the data was that we do see majority support, American support, for amending these laws to allow for the U.S. to give funds to the ICC to assist in these ISIS investigations, and that's by a measure of 55% who support it to 28% who do not. And what is particularly interesting is that these numbers don't actually change at all when the question is asked in a slightly different way, contextualizing the issue against this idea of risk for Americans or our allies. We asked it in the context of sort of, despite concerns that American citizens or citizens of American allies could also be prosecuted under some of these laws, do you still support this notion of allocating U.S. funds? And the numbers don't change at all. Again, we have 55% supporting the notion of allowing U.S. funds to be allocated for these purposes. So that while it is not super majority support, it is certainly more than half, and that is among people who report that they do know something about the ICC. We remove from our sample those who report knowing nothing about the International Criminal Court and its aims. Now, the survey that we run regularly for the ABA also includes other questions that we trend on an ongoing basis in order to assess how opinions change. And what we discovered this time is that there was absolutely no change in trends from earlier this year, which is interesting because what it does is underline the sort of stability of the support for among Americans for the ICC and its aims. And what the data found last time and continues to show this wave is that first of all, Americans don't really know a great deal about the ICC. It's low salience for them, and most Americans actually believe that the U.S. is already a member of the ICC once they're given a bit more information about it. Regardless of their awareness level and their ability to sort of know whether or not the U.S. is an acting member of the ICC, support for the broad aims of the ICC and its goals is strong among the American public, and even stronger among Americans who know a little bit more about the ICC and its aims. There is absolutely support for if not full membership in ICC, although that does exist, certainly support for the U.S. becoming more involved financially, militarily, or from an information perspective than it currently is. And so that's really wraps up the findings of this most recent wave. Thanks so much.